Okay, so if you're new to owning a wood burning stove and you're not quite sure about the best way to chop your wood, then I'll give you a few tips here on the way to do it. So a good place to start is a really good quality axe. I've got a couple of different sizes depending on what I'm doing. So a smaller axe for doing kindling and smaller bits, and a bigger axe for obviously chopping bigger rounds or bigger logs.
No, give me that. You have the little one.
Really important that you keep your axe sharp. You can buy sharpening tools, they're not very expensive, and just keep on top of it, because it's really quite dangerous to use a blunt axe, because you can have the log bouncing or the axe bouncing about, and that can cause some problems. While I'm on safety, I have just got some gloves on. These are more for comfort really, and if you're doing a lot of chopping for several hours, then it'll probably save you getting blisters on your hands. I've also got some steel toe cap boots on. It's quite easy if you miss a swing to swing, and you can imagine what happens if the axe goes into the end of your foot. So yeah, really simple. You want a nice solid chopping block, and you just really want to, if you're new to this, you just want to kind of take your time and start off with some smaller swings and some smaller logs and just build up to bigger things. So for this log, for example, I would aim for the middle of it and just try and get a nice slice right the way through the log, and try not to be too tentative that you only half go through or you end up bouncing out. So when you're chopping firewood, it might seem a little bit obvious, but obviously you want to cut with the grain of the firewood. You don't want to be cutting sideways on like this. So yeah, want a nice confident swing. You want to go all the way through the log. Don't worry if you don't get all the way through in one go, but ideally you want a nice clean slice. So we want a bit of speed once you've built up your confidence. So as well as the axe, there are other tools that you can get. If you've got particularly big or knotty wood that you need to get through, you can get things like a log grenade. If you look that up, you just hammer that into the wood and you sort of essentially use that as like the end of an axe, and you batter that in, and that'll split harder, bigger logs. And equally then for smaller stuff, if you're not confident with an axe and doing the smaller, more intricate stuff, then you can get a kindle cracker. It's a really safe and really quick way to just chop loads and loads of kindling. Good way for kids to learn as well, obviously supervised, but a great way for kids to learn how to chop the kindling, and it saves you doing it too. So there you go. If you've got any other questions for me on log splitting, then drop them in the comments below and we'll cover them in another video.